So we are calling the Personnel Committee meeting to order at 3:02 p.m. All right, Phyllis sent me my agenda and I forgot.
Yeah, the agenda.
Look at it. Well, I didn't have
Well,
to
it's just
look
not
at
just
it.
one thing.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I have. She sent it right here. Make sure I don't go off script now. All right, review of SRSD job descriptions. And I will let Diana take it away.
So I'm trying to see if I had copied these originally for our last
Oh,
meeting, so
yeah,
I
yeah,
was gonna
Yeah,
give you.
and I have paper copies from, I printed them out the last time, so.
Okay, so we might as well just start from the top.
Yep.
To be honest, Jody
Yes.
created these.
Yes. Yep.
The last portion of the job descriptions, and you'll see where it talks about physical demands, work environment, those are standard now in all our job descriptions. So when you get to that point, that will be on all job descriptions. So do you want to just read through them? Is that how you'd like to start?
These are existing positions, are there specific changes to the job descriptions?
So if you start with the first, which is the special education school counselor position, that.
Okay, that wasn't the first in my email, but let me find that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry, it's the first in
What you said.
the drive.
Which one is it, special ed?
The school counselor,
Okay, there's two of these, right?
special education school counselor.
Oh,
Is that the first in the drive? Yes. So this job description is a new job description. The school counselor position, I believe it's a new job description. Quite a few of these are new.
quite a few of them are new in terms of the description or the position.
Both,
I was gonna say both. A little bit of both, Jim.
yes.
Okay,
This one I think is,
I'd like to know which ones are new as we go through.
I'll tell you.
is this one a new one to the district?
The position has been out there for probably 6 years or so. Let me see if the job description's new.
So this person is, I remember there's a I would assume there's a number of special ed counselors, and this is one who's being added.
No.
No.
No, there's
So,
only one.
and actually, this is a new job description.
Okay,
No, the special ed school counselor, there's just one that is designated specifically for special ed. And I believe you'll see in the job description, this counselor really provides support to some of our very high need students.
so this isn't an administrative position.
No,
No, this is your special ed counselors.
Right. And is this for the entire district or a particular school?
this is for the high school.
Okay.
And then we get some physical demands, and those are pretty much standard in
Correct,
all of them.
correct.
Are there any questions that we have for Diana on this?
Has the position been filled?
Well, that's a good question. We had filled it for the beginning of the school year. But it is now vacant. We have someone that we are actually has a position at another school district at this time, but it's just a part-time position. We're hoping within the next 2 weeks to bring that person to our school district full-time. So yes and no.
What a nice way to say we're recruiting something.
Well.
We got it, you say that.
So
So-
within the next 2 weeks, we hope that the position will be filled.
So it's not like you had a pool of people applying.
No, because they're looking for very, very specific skills
Yeah.
with this position.
And you're confident that if you get this person, they can do the job.
Correct.
I see.
These positions are scarcer than hen's teeth.
Mm,
No, not the position, the people to fill.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
I don't have any further questions.
Everybody good with,
You need a motion or?
I think we just.
Motion
need a
to bring it to
motion
the
bring it
board?
to the board
Yeah, okay. so-
for approval.
Does it go to the board?
I think everything has to go
Has to,
to the
sure.
board. We just make recommendations. So
Okay.
we say, we all agree, we don't see any issues with this. Now we bring it to the board for the final approval, basically.
Yeah, the only board that can do anything is facilities, and they can only spend $2,500
Yeah.
without bringing it to the board.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so I'll make a motion to bring it to the board.
okay,
I'll second that.
all right,
Oh, I'm gonna say as written.
perfect, thank you. All right, so that one.
Share out the
Alright.
next one so I can find it on my email list.
All right, we just need to put.
Well, you want a
sorry,
copy? I mean, she's got a copy.
I'll make
Yeah.
a
I was
No,
gonna
no,
say-
I've got them right here. I just need to know the order.
So the next would be the Student Services Data Coordinator.
And real quick, we just need the vote. I know you made the motion, you did the second, I was writing it down on here, so I keep track of it.
Oh, okay.
So all in favor?
All right,
Okay, great. Thank you.
Actually, let's go with one that I have a copy of, so hold on. How about High School Special Ed Building Coordinator for the high school?
that was like Betty's job.
That was like Betty's job, yes.
We don't have
Now,
someone in there now? or
we
we-
do,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's just the
Oh,
job
okay, all right.
description.
Yeah, it's just, these are more just the actual job descriptions, not necessarily.
The reason I have to get these is, I don't have Google. For some reason, and I had to call Phyllis the other day, some of the stuff you guys send me, my computer won't accept it. So it has to go like straight email versus,
We'll have to have, we'll have to have some people.
yeah, no, there's a couple that but anyway, I don't have it, so. I just
So
call
is this-
Phyllis. She'll send you an email.
The high school special ed?
Yes.
Yes.
This is me, should I apply for this?
You should. Mr. Retired.
We're looking for teachers.
No, one of my masters is in special ed, and I have a couple of them, so I had them, they're long gone now, I walked out and said goodbye.
Let's call her out if you have any questions And now. You have another meeting at 3:30, right?
Yes,
I just want to be cognizant of time.
I'll remind you.
okay. I'm all set.
I mean, pretty much preferred responsibility with boilerplate. You know, there's a couple of,
Yeah. All right, so if we don't have any questions on that one.
make a motion, we send this to the board as written.
And I'll second that.
And all in favor?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next would be the special ed coordinator for the middle school. And I think you're going to notice that a lot of the verbiage is the same.
Yeah.
Wow, it says the same thing.
Right?
Are we gonna bring these tonight?
No, they're not.
Okay,
on.
no, I would be,
Yeah.
with the policies we've got.
Yeah, no, they're not on tonight's agenda.
Hopefully the policies, people say, you know, this has been written by the state, okay. Except for that foolish one that you and I talked about.
Think about that one.
You lawyers,
Yes, I swear it is.
show it to her, she'll.
So just a different building, same language.
Pretty much.
We'll move to take it, bring it to the board.
Second,
All in favor?
yep,
Next.
So the next will be the out of district coordinator.
okay, now just out of curiosity. We need one of those versus having it with the middle school or the high school person take care of that.
So really, that's a question for Jody, but so this person deals, this is a part-time position.
Oh, okay, all right, I feel better.
Based on the number of hours.
That was my concern.
Right.
We don't have that many out of districts.
Right,
But then again, that's this year.
correct,
Right.
You know, but, you know, I'm just thinking, if it's a middle school or elementary school kid, you know, why can't the administrator?
Is this,
Yeah.
again, is this a new position or is it?
it's an existing position. It used to fall under Jody's realm, but there's a lot of travel with this position. So it really, at probably 4 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, they broke this off of her responsibilities. She oversees it. And like I said, there's a lot of travel and a lot of paperwork with the out of district. And like I said, it's just part-time. It's whatever hours are needed.
So I assume the person hired for this job would do this for other districts?
Not
Not
necessarily.
necessarily,
This person, I believe, just does it for our district.
because they have to keep up with a lot of laws, right?
Mhm.
Now, these are out of districts that have been placed by the school district out of district.
Correct.
Is this person part of the determination on that placement, or do they get involved after it's already been decided?
Couldn't tell you.
My guess is it would be involved after it's
Yeah,
decided.
yeah,
That's what I
right.
was going to say as well.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say, based on this job description, it doesn't look like they're part of the initial
Right.
determination meeting.
Right.
The hours would be based on workload, I assume. You look like you have an issue.
Yeah.
Well,
What's the question?
it just seems like so much overhead. But we're here to pass on the job description, not decide on the position, period. Evaluate the
Right.
validity of the position, so.
I am going to make an assumption,
Yeah,
okay, that based on workload, see, the problem with out-of-district placements is, how do I explain it? You've got, okay, am I being taped or is it?
Yes, you are.
Okay, all right. Problem about, I have to be politically correct now versus just speak like it is, you know? That you sometimes have conflicting individuals based on their priorities. Parents, for example, might have conflicting issues with the school district, all right? As a result, sometimes it's not as harmonious as you'd like it to be. One year you might have 5 out of districts. Another year you might have 10, another year you might have 1. So I think I'm on the same page as you. If you only got 1 or 2, that's why I asked the question based on need. If you've only got 1 or 2, I would hope, and I think I would be correct with this particular management of the school district, that they would perhaps pass that on to 1 or 2 people. Maybe Jody could pick it up or something, all right? But if you've got 5 or 6, because some of these out of district placements, they could be in another, I mean, they probably are in another state, given New Hampshire. So the time involved could be a lot. So I see your point that, you know, cost benefit, you know, if there's only 1 or 2, are we still gonna hire this part-time person for 20 hours a week? I would like to think no, based on the needs of the student and what have you. So I'm gonna trust that there'll be a cutoff in a sense that below this threshold, we don't necessarily hire a part-time person, but above this threshold and the needs of the individual students, you know.
well, that's kind of where I'm coming from, is I'm probably not gonna have a problem with any of the job descriptions.
Right.
It's more the degree of need for the position, and not having any background on that.
And the only thing with, when it comes to whether it's an in-district or out-of-district coordinator, we have to make sure that we are very careful and we hire someone that is extremely well educated and up to date, because we are not talking just like, we hope we do this right. We are legally
Yeah, there's a lot
obligated
of
to do it right.
liability and risk here.
Exactly. So I can see where someone focusing on the outside is if you have people that are in other states for their outside placements, that's a lot of work to do. And what are their state regulations versus what ours are, making sure that everything is being met, you know, it's a lot. So, but like you said, if it's 1 out of state, one out of school placement and they're local, we may be able to pick that up on our caseload. But if not, it's nice to
Right,
have someone
and
that we
the
can.
cutoff can't be by numbers. The cutoff has to be by numbers and need.
And hours involved.
Well, that's why I say those would be, so if you've got a child who is, you know, needs out of district placement for, you know, 20 hours a week, but then you might also end up with a physical therapy component to it, you could end up with an emotional component to it, you could end up, so you can't say, well, you've only got 2, why don't you push this off? Well, those 2 happen to need 20 services each, you know, so you can't just say, you can't look at numbers, pure numbers, you have to look at the needs.
So Diane, this is, I know that's not why we're here. We're here to just look at the job descriptions. But a position like this, if you have, as proposed, like 1 or 2 out of district placements, is this person going to be is a person hired and they're on standby, like retainer for an attorney? Or are they actually hired to do a certain numbers of hours a week, no matter what,
They're hired for a number of hours per year.
per year,
Mhm.
whether we need them or not?
I don't know if.
Well, you wouldn't hire them if you don't, that's what I'm trying to get at.
I don't understand that part of it.
This is.
But anyway, that's outside of this discussion, so
Yeah, I'm not-
I'll move that we move this job description to the,
Yeah,
And we
School
can,
board.
we can reach out to Jody and ask her to
Yes.
clarify for us.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I'm not sure if she submits a time card or not for
right,
her hours.
yeah.
so I'm gonna second that.
Okay. All in favor?
Right?
Okay.
And that's it for hard copies for me. So
Do you have, so I had special education social worker
Actually,
from last time.
let's do special ed social worker. I do have a hard copy.
We have 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Mhm. Okay, go with it.
This is a new
Thank you.
position this year and it's a district position.
Yes, and this, correct me if I'm wrong, this is covered by the grant that we received, correct?
I believe so. Do you know?
Yeah.
Matt?
I believe it's
I'm like-
Assistance of Care grant.
Yeah, I'm like 99.9999% positive that's what this one is. So, and I know that when we talked about this originally, this position, it is covered by the grant. We can choose, after the grant money runs out, we can choose to keep this person on, or we can choose not to. So this is not one that we have it now, we have it forever. We get to discuss
I
again.
remember there was quite
Yeah.
an extensive conversation.
Exactly, and it was, so the end result was, we will, when the money runs out, we will determine
Right.
need and go from there. So,
Any idea how long this grant lasts?
isn't it 3, is it 3 years
Do you
now, or was
know?
it 4? Do you
It's
remember?
for 4 years, but I think there's 3 that are remaining.
Yes.
Okay.
3.
No, my concern is that the person hired has got to absolutely understand, probably in writing, that
Yes.
this is not an over 3-year position.
I-
It could be,
Yeah,
but we gotta worry about getting into tenure, and they never told me
I
that.
know, I'm like,
No, it's
I'm
part of the
pretty
contract.
confident that when we all discussed that at the meeting.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Jody
yeah.
was clear that she would make sure it was in the contract, that it was based on this grant funding, and then,
I mean, it's always, I wanna say it's always done until the one time it's not done.
right.
know.
No, she was very, very clear that she would make
Yeah.
sure it was written to follow. the
I just
grant
wanna
funding.
voice it. It's the one you don't voice that.
Right, no, and that's why I wanted to bring that point up before we discussed the description, so that there wasn't confusion about, like,
Right.
this is a forever type, This is not a guarantee forever position. This is like, well, we have the funding and then we determine, if we'd like to keep it or not.
Your turn, Keith.
Oh, make a motion, we forward it as written.
Second.
Right, all in favor? Right, so we've got 5 minutes. Do you wanna try and do one more, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about the Student Services Administrative Assistant? I don't have a copy,
That's all right.
but I'll bring it over, my computer over so you can see it.
No, that's all right.
So this position is Jody's administrative assistant.
Okay. Her assistant?
Yes,
Okay.
Full-time,
full-time,
new position,
old
I was
position.
gonna say,
Old
no,
position.
she's had. this.
really?
Diana. or
Oh,
Sharon.
okay, yeah, yeah.
No, it's Diana.
I'm trying to put a face,
Yes.
not like the human services, she doesn't do anything, right?
Human Resources, yes.
Yeah. But it's got a great title, human services.
Right.
Isn't it interesting? Now, how many years do we go back? My God, you were in guidance upstairs.
I was in Deb Haley's position, receptionist in the front office.
Yeah. green does float to the top.
Nice to put that way.
No, I like the other duties as assigned by the Director of Student Services. at the
Yeah,
bottom.
Yeah.
I think they should all have that, other duties assigned.
So
by the
this one,
principal.
so the one we just did, that does as well.
Okay.
There's other duties assigned by the building level principal and or director of student services.
Yeah,
The one before that, all other duties or responsibilities assigned by director of student services.
okay,
All other duties or
Okay, great.
responsibilities.
well, they need to know who they report to.
2 minutes.
Thank you.
okay, so I'll move this one,
As written,
yeah,
okay, second,
All right, all in favor?
yeah,
All right, there we go. We got 6 done.
Great.
Woo! All right,